What is up, guys? Dzeeff here, and welcome to the final of the fourth installment of the Gladiators Assault Special Edition openings. It's been super fun to do this. This is a very nostalgic set for me. I've probably mentioned that a few times now, but hopefully you guys have been enjoying it. Actually, the feedback has been wonderful. I'm glad to see your guys' support. It's a set that I like a lot, so it's cool to open it. And I do want to mention that I have a couple things coming up. So I think after I hit 100k subs, one of the many videos that I have planned is opening this starter deck Kaiba. This is unlimited. It's from 2002. It's not first edition, sadly, but it's still really cool. Old set, or old special edition, or old, it's not old, it's not either out of those things. It's an old starter deck, so that's gonna be kind of cool to open, but we'll wait for that, like for a week or whatever. I did want to show, because this is the last one, kind of a recap of what we pulled so far, because it's been pretty insane actually. So we pulled Gilgarth, obviously pretty cool, as out of the first pack. Updraft, Reflect Bounder. So not, remember with these old packs, it's hard to actually pull hollows, let alone higher than super rares. So we only have one of each higher than super rare type. We have Ultimate Insect level 7, Mirage Knight. Both of those were from Dark Crisis, I believe, right? Wait a second. Oh, this one was from... Well, I guess I should have included this one. This is from the Lost Millennium. That's not from either of those. So Mirage Knight, Energy Absorbing Machine, two of those. And then we had these two super misprinted cards. You may have missed this episode. This was the very first one that we did. Back is misprint as well, or miscut, I should say. These cards are insane. We haven't pulled any duplicates, or any, I should say, any other cards that were miscut like this. It wasn't like the whole box was like that. But overall, it's been pretty exciting so far. It's really hard to pull any sort of like holographic cards from these older special editions, so it's kind of exciting to actually have that. And been pretty consistent. I don't think we've had, I think in every single opening we've pulled at least a hollow, which might not sound that insane, but for these older packs it can be pretty tough. As far as this last opening goes, what we're trying to pull is any one more of either Ultra, Ultimate, or Secret Rare. I highly doubt it'll be a Secret Rare. Secret Rares back here were like almost impossible to pull. I mean, more so than other things. That's why some of the Gladiators Assault Secret Rares were very, very expensive. Especially ones, I'm trying to think, like we have what, Necroface and stuff like that, and Magic Formula was expensive for a while. So these old secret rares in this time period were just extremely expensive because they were so hard to pull. Even though if you compare them to secret rares these days, I mean, back in the day when this was happening, the secret rares weren't necessarily meta-defining cards. They were more just like collector's item. No one was really playing like Gilgarth. No one was playing Magic Formula. They were just sort of collector's cards. I guess Necroface was played. That card is pretty cool. Whereas nowadays we think of, when we see secret rares and any of them aren't competitive, we're like, what the heck, Konami? So it's kind of interesting to think about that. Secret Rares back in the day weren't the most competitive cards in the set. I think usually, I mean, there's obviously always going to be exceptions. I think usually back in the day, that was more like an ultra rare thing, or maybe a super rare thing, where the Secret Rares are more like the collector's cards, mostly because they were so hard to pull. Konami didn't want you to have to build a deck around them, I guess, but whatever. Obviously, that has changed quite a bit in the past 20 years, whatever. But this is pretty cool. Last pack opening. That guy is still selling a lot of old school products. I don't know if I'll buy any more, but he has some really cool stuff. We have, I think we pulled, I haven't been keeping track, but I'm pretty sure we've pulled 5 Vortex Troopers, 5 Phantom of Chaoses. Nothing's too crazy there. Nothing, it's too much of a surprise. I guess we can just put out all the stuff. Who cares? Let's go crazy. Put out the cool holographics. We got the other stuff. We got the misprints. It's all there. Pretty exciting for the last pack. And then as far as quote-unquote pack openings, not that we're a pack opening channel, but as far as quote-unquote pack openings go for the next couple weeks or next couple months, other than whatever the Dark Neostorm coming out, I don't really have anything planned besides that starter deck opening. Probably take a break. I think I always say that, but it's true. We go through here. We have, oh man, we pulled so many of these Cage of the Gladiator Beasts. Pretty exciting. Infinity Dark. Man, Infinity War, Infinity Dark, crazy stuff there. I've mentioned at the end of a couple videos recently, but I do want to mention at the beginning here, I think I am going to put a binder together of some of the cooler cards that I pull in pack openings. I have a lot of cards that's sort of sitting around my desk area that's mostly just like bulk commons, and I kind of want to get rid of a lot of them, but I also kind of want to hang on to the cooler stuff. So like in this case, the cooler stuff would be like the misprints and then like these cards. So basically just anything like ultra and higher for a standard sets, and it's anything kind of cool. Swing Memories, Ancient Gear and Knight. Swift Strike Armor, Light Imprisoning, a very cool card. Oh, Gladian Stereostratus again. I wish I could pull more of these instead of that dumb Gladiator's Cage. I'll even put that aside because I think that card's awesome. Fog Control, Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, pulled both those in the same pack. It's actually kind of crazy how often that's happened. I think we've had multiple packs where we've pulled both of the mirror cards, which I keep saying. It's crazy that those cards aren't good. Like, it's, I don't know, like, is Shadow Imprisoning Mirror that bad against, like, even dangers? It seems kind of good. Keep in mind, this is a skill drain and a soul drain, because it stops stuff on the field and graveyard. Like, these cards are just so insane in Yu-Gi-Oh's history, and yet right now, not seeing any play. It's kind of weird, actually. I don't know, it seems like there's some missed opportunity there. I guess the problem with, like, the danger deck right now is that there's light monsters in there as well, but it seems so wild to me that Shadow Imprisoning Mirror is just not good, or either of those cards just aren't good, because they've been good for so long. Archfiend's a good card. Zolga, Archfiend's War, wow. And we got Infernal Queen Archfiend. Crazy stuff. Queen is the best chess piece, but not a very good Archfiend monster. I feel like the Queen actually got Battle Footballer. Can't believe they're still printing. I mean, I know these Dark Crisis packs are like older than even the Gladiators Assault packs, but it's so weird to see packs where you have cards that are real effect monsters with interesting effects right next to like normal monsters. Like, how often does that happen anymore? I guess they've recently been printing those 2000 attack normal monsters, but I don't know. It's kind of weird to see normal monsters in these packs because I feel like at some point they just became like very, very hard to actually put into sets because people just didn't care about them anymore. Like, who's gonna play Battle Footballer? I don't know. Alien Hypno, Gladiator Secutor, Disarm, Lucky Cloud, and oh my, wow. Okay, cool thing to end it on. Not the most expensive secret rare, the most expensive being Necroface these days, but still very cool. Super Vehicleroid Stealth Union. What a crazy card. Look at all his attack points. Takes 3 monsters. It takes 4 monsters. Who would have guessed it? Truckroid, Expressroid, Drillroid, and Stealthroid. What does it do? Let's see. It has it doesn't have piercing, or it does have piercing. Yep. So it has when this card attacks, its original attack is halved until the end of the damage step. For some reason, you're going to spend 4 monsters to make this card, but it only goes to half the attack when it attacks. And then also it has piercing, and then that's like. Look at that, how many lines it took up. 3 lines that just are piercing effect. So glad that they just changed that. Once per turn, you can select 1 monster you control, except a machine-type monster, and equip it to this card. While equipped by this effect, this card can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. Very cool card. That's a cool pull. I know it might not be super exciting. It's not a Necroface. It's not a Magic Formula, but pulling Secret Rares is really awesome. So that's a cool pull. Summoner Cloud, Infinity Dark Elysian Stone, A-Cell Incubator. I think it is extremely unlikely for us to now pull like an ultra rare and another ultimate rare. The fact that we pulled 2 secret rares is already so unlikely. But you can see how in a different reality this box would have been insane if it would have had. There's some box up there with like Necroface and Magic Formula in there because this one had Gilgarth and the Super Vehicle Red. I guess it's not exactly how it works. Oh, nice. Okay, so we're pulling Clouding Eye of the Typhoon. Not an ultimate rare, but still very cool. I think I mentioned in every single one of these videos, I'm a big fan of the Cloudians. I love collecting the ultimate rare Cloudians. I even have a couple ultimate rare Eye of the Typhoon, so that is very cool. I know, it's kind of weird seeing me talk about decks that aren't that competitive and getting excited about them, but I am actually very excited for the Cloudians. They actually just got a new spell card in Dark Neostorm. I could not believe it when I went to the sneak peek and I pulled it and I was like, wait a second, this is like a Cloudian support card in 2019. So pretty crazy. But I like the Cloudians. Cloudian Storm Dragon was some pretty cool legacy support as well. But the new spell card actually looks pretty good. Too bad the archetype kind of sucks, but the spell card looks kind of neat. Deathstroke Archfiend, Dark Scorpion, Melee Thorn, Little Wingard, Keldo, Tsukiyomi. Oh man, was this the first printing of Tsukiyomi? I guess that makes sense. This card, obviously very good, very integral part of the GOAT format, just because it could flip so many problem cards face down. It could reuse your own effects, like Thousand Eyes Restrict and other flip effect monsters. Overall, a very solid card. Needs to play it back in Spirits as well. We're down to the last special edition here because we only have 2 Gladiator Assault packs, 1 Dark Crisis pack. It'd be pretty exciting. We've already pulled so much good stuff though. I'm really glad I bought this box. I was a little iffy about it back when I first bought it, but I'm really glad I did. There's lots of cool stuff that we've pulled so far. Chamberlain of the 6 Samurai, Swift Strike Armor, Cloudian Squall, Gladiator Beast, Battle Hairbird, Oh, nice. Or Halberd. I can't pronounce anything. That last one that I did, I couldn't pronounce. I mispronounced like every other card. Gladiator Beast Thorax. If this card is special summoned by the effect of a Gladiator Beast monster, at the end of any battle phase this card attacked or was attacked, you return to the deck to draw one card. Seems pretty cool, right? Well, then you remember that it doesn't actually, for some reason, they made, I mean, it's probably for the best, but they made this card so it doesn't actually replace itself when it's goes back in the deck. So it just goes back in the deck and then you draw a card, just like an Upstart Goblin. Really, really bad card, because it means if you, I mean, besides the fact that even if you get the effect off, it's not that good. The other problem is if you hard draw this card, you don't really have a good way of like getting it back into the deck outside of contact fusing. So it's kind of like Secutor, except in the case of Secutor, you're special summoning 2 Glads from your deck and you're not returning the Secutor, where in this case, you have to return the card and it doesn't really get you any advantage. It's a 1-for-1 trade and actually sort of puts you behind in tempo because you get a free draw, but you lose a card on the board. So never really saw play. I did actually used to have a couple ultimate rares of this card though, because this is the set where every super rare and ultra rare was printed as ultimate rare. Too bad though. Too bad that they didn't do this. This is one of the first sets I think that they didn't. Maybe they hadn't introduced. I don't know. The history of ultimate rare choices has been kind of wild, but too bad this set didn't have every rare card as ultimate rare, because I'd really like to pick up some Cirro Stratuses and Acid Clouds with ultimate rare form. That'd be amazing. Natural Disaster for all those max rarity Cloudian profiles that I need to do. No Entry, Light Imprisoning Mirror, Lucky Cloud, and Goblin Black Ops. Wow, they predicted Call of Duty Black Ops years before it happened. Fog Control, Cloudian Smoke Ball, and Over Limit. And that is it for the Gladiators Assault packs. Just one last pack out of all these special editions, Dark Crisis. It would have been kind of cool to have all these packs just be Gladiators Assault, but as the one Dark Crisis pack per special edition, it kind of gives you a little bit of variety, which is kind of neat. Cyber Raider, non-spellcasting area, Ojama Trio. Hey, this is actually seeing a lot of play. Well, I guess at the time of making this video, I don't know if it'll be seeing that much play, but it is played in the Mystic Minds deck. Deal Dark Ruler and Fear from the Dark. Not quite Despair from the Dark, but just a little fear. Not despair, just a little bit of fear. Fairy of the Spring, Arsenal Summoner, Contract with the Dark Master, and Dice Reroll. Alright, that is going to wrap up all of these special edition openings. I don't know if I'll ever do something like this again. It was very fun, but obviously we're not a pack opening channel, so I can't go splurging that kind of money on packs just to open for the channel every couple weeks here. But it was as a one-time thing of splurging a little bit. I guess we also have the starter deck to open as well. It was pretty exciting. I'm glad I did it. Hopefully you guys didn't hate it too much. I know it's a pack opening. It's not a pack opening channel, but I still enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh! That's why I make videos about Yu-Gi-Oh! So part of enjoying Yu-Gi-Oh! Is opening some packs every once in a while. But anyway, I'll see you guys later. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Goodbye.